even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Nelson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got his man on the crossing route. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play that time for the Raiders. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Carr. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now Carr. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ty Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd down, Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. Rivers with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 more there and another 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On play action, Rivers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the cap.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Extra point forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Rivers. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Delta! 12.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Point after try forthcoming. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete here. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Montgomery. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Carr. He's going to float this over the middle, and that's caught inside the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now we're going to get a halt in the action because Ty Montgomery is shaken up. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. A screen complete to Crowell. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And on the ground they go with a running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
Red Delta!
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Touchdown, LA! Travis Benjamin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
6-18.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he powers his way up past the 30. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Carr going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He finds Roberts, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
6-18.
On play action, now Carr. And that's caught inside the 30. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. A give. This is Montgomery. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Hey, 7:34.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. And Dawson's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And an alley to run. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is
you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into the...
It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Carr now on first down. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And they'll run it here. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got it at the 15. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point safely through, and they open the lead up now to 25. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The first throw now for the backup, Nathan Peterman. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Peterman. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Hey, Rocket! Left to right.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. 12, 12, 12. 0.
Rivers now on second down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
We got 3. We got 3.
Play action now. Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Charles, that's something we didn't see much last year, the Chargers giving up a sack.
Yeah, you talk about a combination of a good offensive line and Phillip Rivers, big, strong guy who can bounce off of guys who are trying to get him on the ground and create extra opportunities to throw the ball downfield. That's why they didn't give up very many sacks in 2017.
Only 18 of them, fewest in the league. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now Peterman on second down. Going deep here for Bryant. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Vanderdoes in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And this one is right down the middle. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced them to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's Peterman. Lets it go for Nelson. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that will get him one closer. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Going deep here for Allen. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would
even
do
know
for
why
them?
they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now Peterman. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Peterman now going to lead his guys up to go for two. They're going to try and run. And he will get in for the 2 points to get this back to a 3-score game. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marquell Lee coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Check. Fresno.
Cluster. Behind.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hey. We got 3. 3 down.
From the gun, Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. Here's Donnie Jones now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. He'll take it at the 42. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Off the play fake. Here's Peterman. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Third and long, it's Peterman. Escaping the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, they were 2 for 3 on fourth down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Right back to him on first down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Going deep for Benjamin. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that.
And that's caught inside the 30. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Set! Green 39! Green 30!
Peterman. Going deep here for Bryant. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here's Peterman to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. Thank goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And this Charger offense is running away with this one. Now the extra point. The extra point up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now, Peterman. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 3rd down, Peterman. Being chased out left. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 39 that time. They'll throw on 1st down with Peterman. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Going underneath for Crowell. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hand.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage. They've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Following the interception here, Rivers. Allen has it, left side. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right
She's
now.
going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
This time, Peterman will throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Throwing here, Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Rivers here to throw. And this complete to Henry over the middle. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rivers. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.